All right. YouTube video rolling. Gotcha. So, should money be the number one priority when you're picking your career or business model? And this is, an interesting topic because obviously, like, of course, you will make money. Like, when you're picking a career, you want to start your own business. Like, of course, you should want to think like, how much money can I legitimately make doing this, right? And this is just something interesting that I wanted to think about because like I'm young, and to a lot of my friends that know me, like I pretty much just work all the time. Like, like I'm working, like I go to school, like I try a bunch of different business models and whatnot. So I don't really mess around. And a lot of young guys, are trying to get into business, and even I've so much found this so myself, is obviously you need to learn sales, you need to learn taxes, you need to learn marketing, you need to have some savings before you even want to get started with business seriously. Like you still need to understand a lot of things right before you even try to do business, right? You need to develop some skills, but then once you have a little bit of skills, like you know how to do cold emails, you know how to handle VAs, you know how to deal with a lot of logistical errors, right? And you have some financial resources. Once you learn how to do all these things, you then start to think like, all right, like what actual business model do I actually want to pick? Like, what's the one thing that I actually want to double down on? Because the reality of it is most guys they'll just say like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that this business model can make me money." Like, bro, you hear about all these dumb things on the internet nowadays, like AI OnlyFans girls, and obviously like crypto trading, or like AI drop shipping, or what are some other ones? Like there are just all these, kind of just business models that a young guys can pick, and most of them, you don't really have any prior knowledge as to how well any of these really work. So being a young guy, when you're trying to pick your business model, a lot of guys will say like, oh yeah, I've heard I can make money doing this, I've heard I can make money doing drop shipping with crypto, with AI, right? They go off of things based off of, I've heard I can make money doing this way, but they don't necessarily actually understand how it works. And that's just kind of the business model aspect of a young guy choosing a business model. But even like if you're a young guy and you think about doing a career, like maybe if you're thinking about going to college and you're like, oh, like what courses should I take? Like, should I try to go to graduate school? Should I try to become a lawyer? Should I try to do pre med? Should I, go to trade school? So, this kind of goes both ways. So I don't know. Obviously, the answer would be yes. You would want to money should be a huge priority. What you want to pick, you want to do. But the odd thing is, and one thing I kind of want to talk about is, that's not necessarily, all of it all the time, if that makes sense. So like why most guys pick money. So most guys like they go to college, and they're like, oh yeah, like I want to be like a brain surgeon, or I want to be, um, what is it? I want to do like biomedical engineering. Like they basically just hear anything that they think can make money, and they'll decide like, oh yeah, I want to do that, or they'll say I want to do investment banking. They say I'm going to go try to do like crypto trading, or I'm going to do SaaS, like AI, fintech, like all these things that they just assume that they just pick things because they're going to make money, right? A lot of young guys they pick things because they want to make money, and I get it. That's why they do that. Like most guys, they pick money, they pick a business model or a career based off of wanting to make money, and I understand why. Because typically you assume that if you grow up, you make money, that makes more women interested in you, that allows you to have a better lifestyle, so etc. So it would make sense why you want to pick money, right? Obviously. But here's the thing, and this is one thing that a lot of young guys, like if you're still in high school, this isn't something that you're probably going to be able to understand. But a lot of like the older guys, that I'll be able to talk to that are maybe like their mid 20s or whatever. Like I'm going to be 21 like next month, so I've kind of already learned this lesson. But here's the thing: to a lot of young guys, that if you're still younger and you're picking like, oh, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Like I might want to do a business, I might want to go to school and pick a career. which, picking a business model is kind of picking your career. It's kind of the same thing, but do not assume that your sacrifice will be appreciated. And what I mean by this is a lot of guys will do things for the benefit of other people. Like they'll make a sacrifice thinking that, other people will appreciate them, but that's not necessarily true. Like, for example, if you're a young guy and let's say you really like, you want to go to trade school, like, you want to be like a car mechanic, say you're really passionate about cars, like say you're 18 years old, you really want to be a car mechanic or you really want to be a paramedic, right? And you're like, yeah, mom and dad, I know what I want to do. I want to be a car mechanic. Like, this is what I want to do with my life. And your mom and dad are like, go to college, go to college, go to college. But like, like you're going to hate college. Like, you're going to hate university. You're going to go to university and you're not even going to take it seriously. You're going to mess around. You're going to flirt with girls. You're going to get in trouble. Like, you're not even going to really do your work. If you do, and let's say you're that kid, like, like you don't want to go to school, but your mom and dad are really pressuring you to go to university. Even if you do end up going to university, you're you're really pressured in. You go to university because your parents basically are pushing you into it. You do realize even if you sacrifice yourself, like you make a sacrifice and you do go to university, you're going to be miserable in university. And like your parents, they're not even going to appreciate it. Like your family or your friends, or maybe you have a girlfriend that, is pressuring you to do something because they want you to do it, because they want to live vicariously through you. Like, they're not going to appreciate, they're not going to appreciate your sacrifice. Like if you go to university, right? After, like a week or a couple days, like they're not going to appreciate it. They're just going to be like, oh yeah, he picked to go to university. Like they're not going to sit there thanking you for going to university. They're not going to, give you a prize, right? They're not going to do that. They're just going to be like, oh yeah, he's in university. But you're going to be in university. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be hating your life. You're going to like not be even performing well in your classes. So it basically just defeats the entire point of you even going to university in the first place. And then they're going to be ungrateful about something else. They're going to be yelling at you about not making the grades, or they're going to be yelling at you about not going to class every day. But it's like you literally, you don't want to be there. Like you hate being there. Like you don't even want to wake up to go to class. Like you genuinely hate your life. So just really remember this. Like a lot of young guys, like if like, for example, if you're a guy, like you're 16, 17 years old, like maybe you're still living with your parents, you're still in high school, and like you don't really know what you want to do with your life. Like say after you graduate high school or after you turn 18 and you become an adult, just remember this from a guy that, I have the absolute best intentions for you. I'm a little bit older than you. I have a bit more life experience. And I'm telling you this from a place of just like love and respect from my heart of what I wish I could tell myself like when I was younger. Just do not assume that your sacrifice will be appreciated. Do not assume. Like, do not assume that if you like go to university and you sacrifice yourself, that anyone's going to be grateful for it. Because the second you sacrifice yourself, like your mom and dad are literally just going to be yelling at you the next day about something else. Like if you have a girlfriend and maybe you sacrifice hanging out with your friends a day so you can go hang out with her instead, like she's not going to appreciate it. Like she's not going to necessarily like you more, you know? Like she's just going to complain, yeah, maybe complain, but she's not going to necessarily appreciate it more, especially if you just do it on a regular basis. So, a lot of you guys, you know, when you're picking a career or you're picking a business model, you don't necessarily pick something because your family's telling you to do it, or you have someone that's or a friend or a girlfriend that's telling you to do it. Because at the end of the day, they're not gonna appreciate your sacrifice. They're not. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you're an 18-year-old guy and you have a girlfriend right now and you think she's absolutely obsessed with you, I promise you, like another year like that will go by, like you guys are probably gonna break up. Like, that girl that you're dating right now when you're 17 or 18 years old and you think that you're in love and you think everything's perfect, like like I really wish that it would work out for you, but I'm just going to be completely honest. Like a lot of those relationships, they don't work out when you're 17, 18 years old. They don't work out. So, you know, if you end up, making a sacrifice because, a girlfriend or a friend right now is really pressuring you to do something, like probably a year or 2 years, like going forward in your life when you're a little bit older, like they're not even going to be around, and like they're not going to appreciate your sacrifice. It's like you're going to end up making a decision at the time because someone really wanted you to do it or they pressured you into it. 2 years later, you're the one holding the bag. They don't care. So a lot of you guys, you're necessarily, trying to pick careers or maybe deciding what you want to do with your life, you know, because of money as your number one focus. Like you think, oh yeah, like if I really grind and I really lock in now and I try to pick the career that'll make me the most amount of money, like my friends will appreciate me, like my family will appreciate me. The thing is that's not even necessarily true. Like in an odd way, if you make a sacrifice or you decide to do something that will make you unhappy and degrade the quality of your life, so you're more unhappy on a day-to-day basis, like you make that sacrifice, you sacrifice yourself in an odd way, like no one's going to appreciate it, and like you're not doing anyone any good. I promise you. But in a weird way, if you are a bit more selfish and you like sacrifice, like for example, say your parents tell you to go to university and you're just like, no, mom and dad, like I really know I'm going to be unhappy there. I really don't want to do it. I really want to do this other thing. And you don't go to university. Like, yeah, your parents are going to be mad at you for maybe like a day or two, maybe like a week or 2 weeks. They'll mad at you. They'll be upset with you. But then literally like after that, it just kind of goes back to normal life. Like think about it. Like if you really make your parents mad or say they kick you out or they get upset at you, like yeah, they might be mad. They might stop talking to you for a few days. But like after a month goes by, it kind of just goes back to normal life. And they're talking to you and they're like asking you like, do you want anything to eat for dinner, bro? Like do you want any food from like McDonald's? Like life just kind of goes back to normal, if that makes sense. And even if you have like a girlfriend now, like if you're in a genuine serious relationship with the girl that like isn't crazy, like it's kind of the same way. Like if you do something, like yeah, like your partner, your girlfriend, or might be really upset at you for like a day, for like a week, but then after that, like if it's a really like a healthy relationship and she's like really serious or committed to you, and you have a girl that like is really into you, like after like a couple of weeks, like it kind of just goes back to normal. So in an odd way, when you end up sacrificing them, like your life ends up better. Like I know, like I'm not telling you to be selfish, but in an odd way, if you sacrifice yourself, no one appreciates your sacrifice. And you're going to end up hating your life. You're going to be miserable. But if you end up sacrificing other people in an odd way, you're going to be more happy. You're going to be more fulfilled. And like life just kind of goes back to normal. So, I'm not telling you to be a bad person or like be an asshole, right? I'm not telling you to do that. But in an odd way, when you are a bit more selfish and you end up sacrificing other people for the sake of yourself, like that's like the way you got to live your life. Like unfortunately, that's just the way that it is, because things just kind of go back to normal. So just do not assume that your sacrifice will be appreciated whatsoever. So, and this is another thing. A lot of guys, like I say job maxing, right? LOL. But a lot of guys like just assume like right now, let's say you're a young guy and you're really just like, oh yeah, like I want to buy a house, I want to like get a car, whatever. Like let's say you get a random job being like a server at like a restaurant and you're just working all day every single day. And like right, obviously there's like a healthy and unhealthy way to do this. Like, there's a difference between like say like you have a part-time job, but if you have a full-time job and you're like genuinely like all you're doing is working, that in an odd way, like it's gonna pull you away from what you actually want to do. Right? Like if you're a young guy and you know what you actually want to do, like if I were to literally like scream at you and say, like, what do you want to do with your life? You would say, like, oh yeah, like I want to do this. I want to be like a vet, or I want to do this. I want to do this. But like you're a young guy, you've been really conditioned to think like I need to get as much money as possible. Like I got to get that car. Like I gotta buy a house because my girlfriend's pressuring me to put a down payment on a house. Like literally trying to job max and working as many hours as possible is gonna pull you further away from like what you actually want to do. Because you'll hear this all the time. Like a lot of you'll hear it all the time. Like if you speak to older people that in their 30s or 40s, they'll just be like, yeah, like when I was younger, I really wanted to do this, but when I graduated, like I just like all I did was work. I just chose to work, and now I'm kind of stuck here. And now they're like 45 years old. So oddly, let's say like your dream is to become like I don't know, whatever it is, and you're just like working, 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 working because you've been conditioned by your family, your girlfriend, society that you need to get as much money as possible. You're literally going to pull yourself away from what you actually want to do, if that makes sense. Because here's the thing, you have this thing called like brain clarity, right? So let's say like with me personally, for this entire year, I have not really made that much content. Like, I made like a couple of vlogs, I made a couple of YouTube videos. I've had a lot of friends tell me, like, yes, Chase, like, if you really take this seriously, like, you could genuinely like blow up. Like, you could do content creation full time. And like, that might be true. Like, I have like 700 subscribers on YouTube. Like, I mean, like, just from posting little videos for like the past like 2 years. So, like, once you get to having like a couple thousand subscribers, like, if you know how to monetize, like, yes, you could do social media full time. And with me, like I haven't really made any content whatsoever for like all of 2026, and now it's June. Like I've been wanting to, because for this entire year, I've basically just been doing that. Like I've been working, like going to school, working jobs, and it's like every time at the end of the day when I want to record content, either two things happen. I literally just don't have the time in the day to do it, or because I get it. Like if you go to school full time and you work, or maybe you're working two full time jobs, like if you want to be a content creator, you want to build your own personal brand that you can monetize. Like you literally don't even have like brain clarity at the end of the day because you literally come home like you're so exhausted, you're so tired, like you're sleep deprived, like you don't even really want to make content. And if you do make content, like it's just trash. Like it's terrible because like you're sleep deprived, like you can't even think clearly, like you don't even have like the mental cognitive function to even make good content because like you're sleep deprived or you're like thinking about work or whatever. So like I get it. Like you can't like for example, if you want to kind of be like a content creator, right? Or you want to like make content, like say for example, you're a plumber and you want to make videos about uh, being a plumber, right? And you want to monetize your channel and you want to make money selling courses, subscriptions, etc. Like if you're working 80, 100 hours a week, you're literally not even going to have, the mental cognitive load to even be able to make content because you're literally just going to be so sleep deprived. You're going to be so exhausted. And this is another thing. A lot of guys, they'll money max. They'll try to work as many hours as possible, at their job or just doing like Uber, doing DoorDash, doing as many little hustles as possible. But like that literally is like giving you brain fog and reducing your mental energy at the point to where you can't even approach and do what you actually want to do because you literally just don't even have the cognitive function. And everyone kind of knows what I'm talking about. Like even you right now, like if you're watching this or like you're seeing this as a clip or you're watching this long form video, like you have that one thing that you want to do. That for some reason this entire year, you've been stuck on it, you haven't been able to do it because you've probably just been busy with something else, like working, going to school, or like working on something else. And for most guys, like they'll try to like money max, right? So they'll just assume by working a couple more hours at their job that'll make their life better. But in a weird way, that's like pulling you away from what you actually want to do. And another thing is like, do not assume that having more money will make more women interested in you or give you a better life. Like unless you're a young guy and you really need money. Like if you're a young guy and like for example, for your business, if you have a virtual assistant or you have a couple softwares that you need to pay, you literally only need like a couple $100 a month. And for most young guys, like you're living with your parents, like if you don't have a job, you can literally apply for EBT. Like you can get food money from the government to buy food. And like you can sleep in your car, you can take showers at the gym, like you can live with your parents. Like literally just sleep on the couch at your parents' house or your friend's house and like just go to a local library or coffee shop and just like record content and work on your business, whatever you need to do full time. Like if you literally go to like a hotel lobby or a Starbucks lobby and you like order like a coffee or whatever, you can sit there for 10 hours and like as long as you're respectful and like you're not rude and like they're not going to kick you out. Like you could go to any local university and just literally just like sit in the hospital, like not the hospital. You could do that too, but you could go to the local lobby at like the library at any local university and just work on your laptop and do content and work on your business, like do sales calls or whatever. Like you're not gonna get kicked out. Like if you're a young guy, like you really only need a couple $100 a month to like survive, right? like like you can literally sleep on your friend's couch, you can get EBT benefits, like you really only need a couple $100 a month. And you can do that by like donating plasma. Like if you're a young guy and you live in the US, you can find any plasma center nearby and you get like $50 every time you donate plasma. And that can pay for like your software subscriptions or like whatever you really need for your business. So you really don't need money to work on business. You really don't. So working more hours, one, is actually going to pull you away from what you actually want to do. And like you don't even really need the money anyway. Like a lot of guys, like they'll save up for a car. Like if you really want a car, like maybe I get it, whatever. But the thing is a lot of guys, like they'll think that I need to get as much money as possible so I can get a girlfriend. Bro, that's absolutely not true. Girls will date broke guys. They'll have sex with broke guys. Like let me give two categories of guys. There's one guy where he works all day every single day, like just doing random jobs, hourly wage, and he's tired, he's exhausted all the time. That's one guy. There's another guy where like he's like grinding on his business, like he's going to the gym, like he's broke, he's living life, he's literally sleeping on his parents' basement, but he's like going out and he's like actually talking to women and cold approaching women, and he's like just a fun guy to be around. Like he's ambitious, like women can smell it on him. In an odd way, the second guy that's literally broke and can barely pay his bills, he's going to get more women and he's going to get more attention from women and he's going to have more dating opportunities than the first guy. Kind of like, for example, do not assume that having more money, do not assume that, trying to like work, get an extra factory job, trying to make as much money as possible, sacrificing yourself for your family, going to university when you don't want to. Do not assume that your sacrifice is going to be appreciated by your family, a girl that you're trying to date. Because at the end of the day, women will date this guy over here. They will. They will. They'll like. I'm telling you, and you know this personally. Like you can even think of people that you know that like right now. There's probably a guy that you know that works full time, that works his butt off, that has a girlfriend or a wife that literally cheats on him and disrespects him. Like that. Like for example, like me, I've done a bunch of medical jobs. So with me, I have firsthand experience working with a lot of men that were like former military or like former firefighters, and now they work on the ambulance. Obviously, like I deal with a lot of older folks as my patients, and I get to talk to them. Like you'll see it all the time, just like the amount of guys when they're younger will sacrifice themselves. They'll like get a job. They'll be the traditional hardworking, like good man, and they get cheated on. Like they literally get cheated on. So one, you're sacrificing yourself thinking that that in and of itself will get you a loyal woman and it'll make you appreciated by your family. Like it won't. Like there are literally men that have kids that literally don't respect them. Like you can even think about this now. Like kids in school that like didn't appreciate their parents, like made fun of their parents, or like called their dads like pieces of shit, or like didn't appreciate their dads. And their dads are literally just hardworking guys that work all day every single day. So do not assume that just because you try to get as much money as possible and work all the time that you're going to be appreciated, because it's not how it works. If you know that and you're still like, oh yeah, like I want to go full time into business, I want to be a CEO, I want to work 100 hours a week, and you know that and you still go into it, like good. But just do not assume that just because you work as hard as possible, or you sacrifice yourself for other people, that you're going to have more women interested in you, or it's going to make your life better in any regard, because it's not. Because at the end of the day, you can be that guy that's literally like sleeping on his friend's couch, like is broke, but is literally enjoying and having the time of his life. Like you can be that guy. So trying to money max now, and obviously this is more assuming when you're in like the earlier stages of business, like where you haven't really made any money yet. Like obviously, like the whole point of you working is so you can scale a business and make money with it, obviously. But for like a lot of young guys, for the majority of people, like you're kind of in the beginning stages of your career, of your business. Like you haven't made $10,000 a month yet. Like you haven't made like over $1,000 a week doing something to a point where you could have a business that could replace a full-time income. So for a lot of you guys, like this kind of mainly assumes like that's where you're at. But you know you don't need to sacrifice yourself for your family or a girlfriend. Like you don't need to do those things. Because at the end of the day, like bro, just like sleep in your car, like take showers at the gym, like live off EBT, like you can buy food. Like I promise you, like that lifestyle, if you're actually like going after your purpose and doing what you want to do, is way better than the alternative. Like, because there are men that work hard, that sacrifice themselves, that work all day, every day, so they can, pay the mortgage, pay for their girl, pay for the kids, and their kids hate them. Their wives cheat on them. Do not assume that your sacrifice and giving up what you truly want to do is ever going to be appreciated, because it is not. All right, so what should you do? Honestly, what should you do when it comes to this question? Like, should you pick money? Honestly, bro, do whatever the F you want. Really. I mean, you're a grown man. Like, don't be like dudes will DM me on Instagram, like guys I know from high school would DM me like, yo, like what should I do this? I don't know what I want to do. It's like you're a grown man. Like, why are you asking me? Like you're a grown man. Like, why are you asking me like what you should do with your life? Like you're a full grown man. Like, why are you over here asking me these things? But do whatever you want. Like, dude, do whatever you want to do. Like, if you really want to go all in on business or you don't want to go to college, like, just do that, bro. Like, just do that. Don't waste your time. Do whatever you want. Like, if you really think about it, like, this is going to sound cringe, but like, like when you see these TikTok edits of them saying like, oh yeah, like you're an alpha male or whatever. But even like really think about it, like the alpha male, like the lion in the jungle. Like, what is the lion in the jungle known for? Basically, just doing whatever he wants. That's why he's the alpha. He just does what he wants. He doesn't sacrifice himself for other people. He kind of just does whatever he wants, and he doesn't really care if people judge him, right? And in a weird way, if you kind of do what you want, it'll oddly like make you more money, and it will give you more women interested in you. Like, for example, if you just basically just go away from the traditional path that like what your parents tell you to do or what society tells you to do, in an odd way, like it'll make you more money, right? So for example, when it goes back to the question like what should I pick, like if someone on social media is telling you that, oh yeah, this business model is the best, you'll make the most money, but you don't want to do it, like you're never going to be able to succeed in it because you're never going to, have the passion to work at it 100 hours a week like you need to be successful in business. So really just do whatever you want to do. And when you do whatever you want to do and you get really good at it, you're just going to make money at it because like once you become really skilled at something and so skilled and so talented at something that you're known as like being the guy online that does that thing, you're going to make money doing it. Like if you're the best, you're going to make money. Like you don't really need to think about it. Like if you're really skilled and and you're really skilled at business and you know how to do things, people are going to pay you to do whatever you want to do. It's kind of like, for example, like picking a girlfriend, right? So a lot of young guys, right? Like they'll meet a girl like on social media or like Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, and like they genuinely won't like the girl as a person, right? Like they'll meet a girl that's like extremely rude, extremely disrespectful, that they don't even really like as a person, right? But yet they'll still like talk to the girl, like they'll like be nice to her, they'll kind of be a little simp because they want to get sex out of the girl, right? Like they'll literally tolerate and like they'll date women. Like I'm talking about like guys that I know that are my age. Like they'll literally date girls that like they don't even like, that are disrespectful, that they don't even like being around, just for the sake of having sex with the girl. Like that's the only reason they'll talk to these girls to get sex. But here's the thing, like from my end, it's just like for me personally, when I meet girls my age, and if they're extremely like liberal or they're extremely like disrespectful or they're really just they're really just leftward leaning, like just really feminist, like blue pilled or whatever, like I just kind of know like this isn't going to be a girl that I would ever be able to like tolerate or even date. So I'm just going to stop talking to her right then and there. Right? Like even if I think she's attractive, I'm not going to drag it on and keep talking to her just so you could maybe have sex with the girl. Because when you get into a talking stage or you get into a situation like this where you meet a girl, like even if you are able to like have sex with a girl or get what you want, it's really not even worth it. Like it's not even worth it. And you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like if you really have to talk to a girl for months and months and months and you end up like getting sex out of her, but you literally don't even like her as a person, it's not even worth it. It's kind of like if you pick a business model and you pick a career for the sake of making money. Sure, you might end up making money, but you're going to hate it. It's kind of like the girlfriend analogy. It's like if you're picking a girl for the sake of having sex with the girl, you're literally going to hate yourself so much, right? It's kind of the same with the business analogy. If you pick a business model or you pick a career for the sake of making money, it's not even really worth it. Versus vice versa. Like let's say you meet a girl, like you really like her, she's really respectful, you guys have the same values, and you end up going on a couple dates and you date for a few months. By extension, like if you meet a girl and you guys start dating and you're hanging out for a bit and like you know each other for a couple months and you're hanging out on like a weekly, every other day basis, you're just gonna end up having sex with the girl anyway. It's just kind of how it works when you date. But in the same thing in business, right? You need to pick a business model that you actually work like, and then if you actually end up getting really good at that business model, then yeah, you'll end up making money off of it, maybe even a lot of money as a byproduct. But you can't look at it at the beginning and say, oh yeah, I really want to pick this business model, I really want to pick this career just so I can make money from it. Because that's the exact same thing as saying like, I want to pick this girl just because she's easy and then I can have sex. But in an odd way, like it's not even worth it. Like you're gonna hate yourself. Like it's not worth it. It's like a lot of guys like they'll want to go into medicine because they'll be like, oh yeah, I can be a neurosurgeon, I can make so much money. And me, bro, I can tell you this absolutely, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. If you're literally going in like into this career, a medical career, for the sole sake of making money, you're never going to be able to make it because it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of training. You're going to mess up, you're going to fail, you're going to have to try again. and unless you genuinely love it and you genuinely have a passion for it, you're not going to succeed. So it's kind of the same thing with picking a business model. Like, pick the thing that you actually want to do instead of just saying, I want to make money, you know? And I feel like that's more of a healthy way to approach it. Think about it like this. A lot of people, like, you'll hear the saying, like, you'll hear the saying, if you know that you couldn't fail, what would you pick? And that's just kind of a motivational saying, like, oh yeah, if you know you couldn't fail and you were 100% guaranteed success, what would you pick? And a lot of guys say, oh, I want to be a billionaire, right? Yeah, sure, obviously. But I would even like to ask the question, like, if you knew that you were going to fail, what would you pick? Like, if you knew whatever you would do, there was 100% chance that you were going to fail, you probably wouldn't pick something that, it's just a quick, easy thing to make money. Like, you probably wouldn't just pick drop shipping, right? Like, you would pick something that would genuinely fulfill you, that you would genuinely, like, enjoy doing every day, right? Because you know you're going to fail anyway. You would pick something that you would actually at least, like, enjoy doing, right? It's kind of like Napoleon. Like, I've gotten really big into history. Napoleon Bonaparte, he became the emperor of France in, I think, 1804. And he basically tried to fight all of Europe at one time. And everyone around Napoleon was like, Napoleon, like, France cannot fight the entire world at one time. Like, we just can't do it. Like, the logistics literally don't work. And Napoleon was just like, but yeah, I just want to fight. I'm not interested in winning or losing. I just want to fight. And that's kind of the way that you got to approach it. Because if you do approach life from that, like, yeah, you'll win some battles, you'll lose some battles, but you kind of just got to enjoy the fight. And that's why Napoleon is famous. That's why he's legendary. That's why a lot of people still view him as a hero. Because if you try at something, even when you know that there's a guaranteed, there's not even, a likely probability that you're going to succeed, you can still be a hero. Like Napoleon, he was known as a hero because he tried and he fought when all the odds looked against him. And yeah, sure, he won some incredible battles and he ended up losing in the end. But he's still a legend. He lost in the end and he got exiled, and he's still a legend. So I don't know. That's just the way that I think you should think, in my opinion. My advice. So, conclusion: money is like gas for your car, right? It's kind of like you need to put gas in your car to go. Like, that's all that it's good for, to make your car go. So money's kind of the same thing. It's just like if you're working in business, let's say you have a virtual assistant, you have a couple softwares you need to pay for, you need to buy food, you need to pay for gas in your car. Like, that's all that money is good for. It's literally just gasoline that you're pouring into the tank of your car to keep the business going. Like, let's say you need $400 to pay your virtual assistant in the Philippines for the month. Like, money is just gas in your car to keep your VA working for the month, to do outreach for you or post clips for you for the month. It's just gas in your car. That's all that it's good for. And for a lot of young guys, like, you don't even really need like a job. Like, you can be unemployed. You can be unemployed. You can get a Planet Fitness gym membership. Like, Planet Fitness is like $10 a month. So if you live in the US, you can get a Planet Fitness gym membership, $10 a month. You can go to the gym every single night, train, get in good shape. You can take showers there. You can get EBT. You can get food stamps. You can literally, like, get free food. Like, you can pay for your food, right? Like, you can literally like go on Walmart, use your EBT card to get like meal prep food DoorDash to you. No, you don't even need DoorDash because Walmart will ship it to you. Like, Walmart will ship you groceries with your EBT. So you don't even really need to work. Like, just sleep on your friend's couch, take showers at the gym, like, literally, like, donate plasma, find some bank bonuses, like, do like DoorDash like one day a week. And that's enough to literally like pay for your entire lifestyle. And believe it or not, like, there are guys that live like that. Like, they're broke, but they they're like grinding on their business. And like, they have girlfriends and they have friends, and their family, like, honestly genuinely likes being around them more because they just have like such a more positive attitude. Like, if you're that guy and you're sacrificing your entire life to work a job to pay the bills, like your family isn't even going to appreciate you. Like you're gonna have a wife that cheats on you, that's disrespectful. Your kids aren't even gonna appreciate you. Your family's not gonna appreciate you. But in a weird way, if you are that guy that is like chasing his dream and is just genuinely like excited to be alive, like your family will appreciate you more because they just want to be around you. So it's kind of like don't literally waste your life just fighting for extra crumbs. Like yeah, you sacrificing yourself now to get like another part-time job like because your girlfriend's pressuring you into, you might literally make a couple extra like 2K, 3K a month, but you're literally just wasting your entire life and giving away all your mental energy for like just some extra crumbs to literally just like take a girl on a trip to Disney World or like buy her some clothes in a handbag. Like the same girl is probably gonna like might end up breaking up with you anyway. So I'm telling you, bro, like girls will date and they will fuck broke dudes. Your family will not appreciate it if you sacrifice yourself. And it's like, bro, like you're not a workhorse. Like like I remember like think about it like 100 years ago. Like men had to go to war, they had to work all the time to provide for their family. And yeah, that made sense like 100 years ago, like when there was wars and stuff. But like, here's the thing, bro. Like, you're not a workhorse. Like, you're not a horse that people can just whip and you can just work all the time and they can exploit you. Like, you're not a workhorse on a farm to get exploited for. Like, that's not what you were meant to do. Like, you're worth more than that. Like, your life, you can actually do things that you want to do. I don't know if you've told you this. Like you can drop out of university right now. You can break up with your girlfriend and you can literally do whatever you want to right now and you'll end up literally being happier. And you're not a workhorse that other people can exploit. Don't let anyone make you believe that stuff. So, so that's another thing. Literally don't waste your life, bro. Like don't waste your life away. And this is actually something that I'm genuinely like passionate about because a lot of guys they live this life where they'll do the traditional thing like they'll pick something for the sake of making money, for the sake of just working as many hours as possible because they think it'll like make their wife appreciate them or like they can like buy another house or like their kids will appreciate them. You're not a mule, and like your sacrifice is not going to be appreciated if it like comes at the cost of you sacrificing what you actually want to do. And like a lot of men, like a lot of older guys, like they're extremely depressed and they're extremely lonely. Like that's why men's suicide rates are very high. There's a lot of young, like a lot of men are very lonely. Their kids don't talk to them. Their wife cheats on them, doesn't respect them. Like their family like doesn't respect them. And yeah, they want to kill themselves. Like, do you get it? It's like think about it. You're this guy. You work all day every day. You don't even really like your job, to pay for your kids, to pay for your mortgage, and they don't even appreciate you. They don't even respect you. And I see it all the time just in my daily life. Like so many guys, they do this. So many young guys will get a girlfriend and they'll just end up, like sacrificing like their entire potential for the girl. Like they'll just stop going to the gym. Like they'll stop, focusing on like their school or like their business or like the things that they really care about for the sake of the girl. And the girl just ends up like breaking up with him anyway and like just fucks another guy like 2 weeks later. So do not assume that your sacrifice will ever be appreciated. But at the end of the day, bro, like do whatever you want to do. You're not a mule. And yeah,